TVK's poll strategy, John Arukya Sami saying no cephalogist can predict this election.
This time the parameters of prediction changed because of the new entrant, and this new entrant comes entering the political space with huge mass support. For DMK, since they are not concentrated on single community, that they are able to retain their vote base irrespective of losing youth votes to TVK.
So this election is completely unpredictable what others says, but you are saying is easily predictable. So what's your take on TVK's vote percentage? How much they will likely to get?
Third person might get 25, second person might get 27.
So in Chennai, DMK going to lose some seats.
In Chennai, the victory margin of DMK is huge. That means that ADMK was struggling to make an impact. There are many reasons why ADMK was not able to make an impact.
Welcome to TheFederal. Today, we are speaking with political scientist and pollster Venkataramani. Tamil Nadu goes to poll tomorrow, and one big question is, can any opinion poll get it right this time? With actors Vijay's new TVK party entering as a wild card, the contest between DMK and ADMK-led alliance. Thank you so much, sir, for joining with us. Sir, this election, many says, is unpredictable, and because of TVK's entry into fray. TVK's poll strategy, John Arukya Sami saying no cephalogist can predict this election. So what's your take?
This election, compared to previous elections in Tamil Nadu, this is phenomenal. I mean, like where we are able to see a lot of youth participation. Probably youth participation is attributed to the new party, the TVK. That's a good thing for Tamil Nadu. Nevertheless, when it comes to prediction part, so what is happening is when you go through the voting behavior, we have been predicting the voting behavior since last almost 22 months, right? Almost 2 years. So we are able to see one or two, three layers here. The first layer, like where the voting behavior is, there is a segment of, we are able to see the segments, right? Among youths, right? We are able to see one direction. That means 18 to 30 years old, we should say. After 30, and there is another direction coming up. So prediction is based on these lines. Generally, what happens is the last few elections, predictions happen on caste lines, community lines, region-based predictions. But this time, the predictions, those parameters were not relevant. This time, the parameters of prediction changed because of the new entrant, and this new entrant comes entering the political space with huge mass support, huge appeal, right? So, because of that, a lot of the conventional, traditional, the variables that which determines voting behavior is losing its relevance. So, new variables are taking over. And one way that is a good, for instance, the role of caste, role of community, these are all to the second place, and the attraction towards a leader, what he speaks, that's given predominance. Nevertheless, this happens in only one particular segment. But when it goes for 30 plus, then traditional variables taking over, caste plays a role, money plays a role, community plays a role, religion, of course, plays a role. So, these things happen. So, predictability part probably comes major role. It plays a major role in second and third place. Right? When it comes for who will win the election, I doubt that there is. I doubt the predictability is clear. I mean, there is a clear direction who is going to win the election. Oh. But when it comes for impact part, then we come to know that there is some confusion. Whether who is making an impact. I mean, like when you remove the number of seats, who is going to win? When you study the election more deeper, for instance, like whether DMK is making an impact or ADMK is making an impact or TVK.
So TVK will cutting off NDA vote or DMK vote.
What happens? I mean, in the voting behavior, right? NDA generally lacks youth support. Right? For instance, when Annamalai was there during Lok Sabha polls, then they were able to get youth votes. But after Lok Sabha polls, when there was some differences happening within BJP, and there was a leadership change, and new leadership has taken over, the support from youth towards BJP has declined. And
because of removal of Annamalai from the leadership.
yes, we can say that. We can say that because Annamalai is a youth icon, right? But the person who replaced, then he comes from the traditional politics, and but of course he has his own strengths and weaknesses. The strength is, of course, he's a traditional old-time politician. He knows how to contest election. He knows how to align with other parties and those. These are the strength of Nayanar Nagendra. But for Annamalai, it is completely different. Again, whatever the variables we apply on Vijay, we were able to apply on Annamalai also some time back. But then the problem within BJP is that they go with the traditional, they have hierarchy pattern, right? You serve the BJP president for 3 years, then somebody else takes over. Then you have to wait for your opportunity after some time, right? So this is how the BJP works. That itself an handicap. So when your traditional structuring, the hierarchy comes as an handicap, then you lose votes, right? That's what we are seeing in BJP. Because of that, youth votes NDA is losing. And with respect to ADMK, they were not able to attract youth votes in the last few elections. From I would suggest from 2019, 21, 24, ADMK was struggling to attract youth. That time NTK was playing a good role.
Seaman
was able to attract more youth votes. Irrespective of DMK and ADMK playing a significant role in elections, but youth were aligning with NTK. But it being the case, when it comes for youth, this election, TVK has taken a lead role. So this is the major significant part of this election. One thing. Second thing is, so what? Coming back to your question, who are all the support base for TVK or ADMK or DMK? Apart from youths, TVK is struggling to get more votes from the middle-aged and senior votes. Of course, we won't say that they are getting zero support, but the percentage of support they get from middle-aged and senior 30 to 30 plus, and 30 to 49 we have one category where TVK is relatively okay, but above 50 then the percentage goes down. For instance, if we say that TVK gets 45 to 48% of vote share in among 18 to 29, and DMK gets 60% of votes from 50 plus vote. So that means whatever the gain you gain here, advantage you gain here, you straight away lose it in another section of voters. So for any party to succeed, you need to have a decent share of vote share among all the age groups, which DMK has in this election.
But I have a question actually. The DMK is not equally strong in all folds. Neither ADMK or BJP is not strong in all folds. West and North, yes, usually ADMK performs well. Delta and South, DMK used to perform well. I'm saying from past elections.
Yes.
So how this Vijay factor will collapse this strongholds? Who will get spoiled?
This is how the traditional voting behavior, right? Where ADMK means Kongumandalam is the strong base. DMK, Chennai and Delta. Northern Tamil Nadu, whoever aligned with PMK, they have an edge.
This time when the NDA.
In this time, NDA is aligned with PMK. In South Tamil Nadu, it's more of a caste determined voting behavior. Right? And advantage, ADMK was carrying that advantage. Probably Nayanar was not there, Sasikala Madam, TTV, OPS, they were all belong to single major community. They were able to pull votes towards ADMK. But this time, what is happening is the advantage which ADMK was carrying in Kongumandalam, which was the strength till this election. But this time, that has become the disadvantage. How we are saying this? Because ADMK carries huge support base among Gounders, the majority community in western belt of Tamil Nadu. But other parties, DMK, they carry substantial votes from Gounders, Mudalias, Naidu, Arundhadiyar, Adi Dravida.
Non-Gounder consolidation.
Non-Gounder consolidation. But then Gounders being majority caste, ADMK was able to reap the benefits. But this time, when TVK was entering, or TVK is in place, when they entered the political space, what is happening is they were able to penetrate among among all the communities, irrespective of who is having heads there. So that means TVK is able to get votes from Gounders, Mudalias, Naidu, Arundhatias, um, um, they were community some parts, they were Mukulathuri also
Yeah,
in
Agamudayar.
Nadars, of course, Nadars, Kungu Nadars, Agamudayas, yes. So what is happening is that means ADMK lost their core vote bank. Still, they are able to, they have a support base or
So
vote
one of
base,
the
but-
ADMK leaders saying they don't have any youth support. As you said earlier, ADMK is struggling to get youth support. But Vijay is focusing and targeting only youth. But how ADMK will lose vote, core vote? It's contradicting statement you are giving.
Yeah, youth among Gounders, youth among Madalayas, youth among Naidus, TVK is able to penetrate. That means if there are 100 people, if there are 40 youths or 20, 30 youths, that means 45 to 50% of youth votes TVK is able to influence. So that means you are losing substantial vote among youth segment. So that is becoming an disadvantage for ADMK. So, but for DMK, since they are not concentrated on single community, that they are able to retain their vote base irrespective of the losing youth votes to TVK.
So, okay, if in case, as you said, so what about the caste consultation? Because in previous elections, you said caste consultation one of the biggest parameter in past elections. So this time caste polarization won't work.
So with respect to caste polarization, what is happening is because of entry of TVK, the role of caste from age 18 to 29 is going down. So that means the parties which were relying on caste polarization, they were not able to rely on this variable again in this election among this particular segment of voters. But from age 31, that role plays. But nevertheless, by the time they start getting attention, they already lost a chunk of voters, which goes to TVK. So the caste polarization happening, but then that is not happening
Among youths.
as intense as was in the previous election.
But the core vote banks of ADMK is the voters above 30 plus, right? So I don't, I doubt that will ADMK lose core vote bank because ADMK's core vote bank starts from 30 plus.
Correct. So again, among 30 plus, what is happening is TVK is able to penetrate a good number of voters. For instance, like ADMK is allied with PMK, assuming that their alliance will give them good edge compared to DMK. But one variable is age segment. Another variable is what are the places where TVK is able to secure votes. One is among one is the majority community in northern Tamil Nadu, among Adi Davidas, another majority community in northern Tamil Nadu, among Mukkulathur, majority community in south Tamil Nadu. Um, these are all the major communities where TVK has intense presence. So, because what is happening is when BJP Annamalai was coming out, emerging successful, he was able to get votes from these communities. Right? When BJP is having a new leadership now, there is a shift happening among there is this segment of voters. Generally, what happens is they keep floating. So now they find a place in TVK. So we don't know how long they will stay with TVK, but then this floating, whoever it happens, the floating voters keep shifting their loyalties towards some other new party this time. So and because of this, when you think that ADMK PMK alliance is working for them, in reality it's not happening because even among caste, the major communities, TVK's penetration is intense.
So this election is completely unpredictable what others says, but you are saying is easily predictable. So what's your take on TVK's vote percentage? How much they will likely to get?
Okay. This election is predictable with respect to the front runner. Like for instance, like who will win particular number of seats, we are able to say that it's advantage ruling party. But when the unpredictable part comes among second and third player, we will get the second position, we will get the third position. Intense competition between TVK and ADMK, first thing. Second thing is when we say that there is intense competition, that means if DMK is taking 40 to 45% of vote share, that means another 55% of votes, there is intense competition. So among this 55%, probably both will fight, like both will come very close to 25-26%. So so that means the gap between second and third is going to be very
Narrow.
marginal, very marginal. So but either way, who comes second, but the second or third is going to be it's not going to be much different. So uh, because it's going to be 25 or 26. Third person might get 25, second person might get 26.
So you're saying TVK might get 25% around 25%.
There is a good chance that TVK will get minimum 25%.
So seat conversion is altogether different game actually. So how much seat you are predicting that TVK will get in this election?
Okay. To win the election, like if it is a two-corner contest, you need to cross 40% of vote share. If it is a three-corner contest, then again you need to cross at least 35% vote share. I'm not seeing TVK crossing 35% vote share in three-corner contest. And I'm not seeing TVK crossing 40% vote share in two-corner contest. So that means unless they cross 40% in Chennai kind of areas, we can say TVK is going to win. Unless they cross 35% of vote share in Kongumandalam or Salem districts, or then we'll see TVK is going to win. But I've not seen this. But there were constituencies where TVK was performing really well, 6 months back, 8 months back. But unfortunately, TVK did not choose those constituencies to fill their star candidates. Chennai is after DMK, TVK is doing very well.
Okay.
And ADMK is pushed to the third place.
Okay.
Probably next election again, if the trend continues, then TVK will emerge very stronger in Chennai.
Apart from Chennai, other places also very strong for DVK.
TVK is, as a first-time entrant, getting 25% of vote share across Tamil Nadu is huge. So TVK is making a clear message that we are here to make an impact. But unless they convert that impact into sheet, I mean, you can't do much with this particular vote share. When opposition is divided, it's a fertile ground for ruling parties. So that is what happening across Tamil Nadu. So the seats which we expect ADMK to win, they are not. They are struggling. The seat we expect TVK to win, they are struggling, and DMK is comfortably sitting. But the mistakes, that is again, the political elections are all about strategies, and when you commit a mistake, it will be a strategic mistake. So probably if you want to make an impact, you could have aligned together ADMK and TVK. Right? When you are not doing that, then you committed a mistake. Or TVK and Congress alignment could have happened. Right? Even that was also not happening. So as a new
seat conversion might,
because of that, you committed an error in converting your vote share into seats. You need a support base. For instance, it's not that why DMK is going for a good number of alliance partners. Why ADMK is going for a good number of alliance partners. It's not that they won't win election independently. But then you need somebody so that you can convert your vote share into seats. So when ADMK and DMK was doing that, and TVK was not doing that, then that means it's not a right strategy.
according to your perception, TVK will be cutting NDA's vote. So obviously DMK going to retain the power, is it? So
Yes.
how much seats DMK will get?
Okay, so what is happening is TVK is predominantly pulling votes from ADMK and BJP. The places where BJP and NDA is weak, especially Chennai. So here they have no choice except to cut DMK votes. Our findings says that TVK pulls votes from DMK. If, for instance, if DMK was taking 50% votes in some constituencies last time, but this time that is not happening. So it will come by 5% less or 10% less like this. That means TVK secures votes of DMK in some pockets where DMK is strong.
Okay.
And TVK gets votes from ADMK where ADMK is stronger. So that means TVK is playing a spoil sport across Tamil Nadu, and and it's eating into both the DMK and ADMK votes. Nevertheless, TVK is playing more spoiler for ADMK than DMK.
So in Chennai, DMK going to lose some seats.
For that, I mean, like for instance, if Vijay is winning Perambur, then obviously DMK will lose Perambur. But then Perambur, Vijay is facing a stiff competition. If this is the case in Perambur, Villivakam, Nananagar, other constituencies also, TVK will face a tough contest. The reason is not Vijay is weaker, but the reason is that the institutional structure of DMK is stronger. The way they are working, the way they were mobilizing the party men, the way they were campaigning, is in this election I am seeing a difference compared to last election. Last election it was like, okay, each candidate you take care of your constituency in Chennai, but this time party is taking care of all the constituencies. That means party is pulling all its machineries working in Chennai, and they are not taking any chances. So that means DMK is very, very serious, not only in Chennai, across state. But the same seriousness I'm not saying in TVK and ADMK.
Now, as per your theory,
Hmm.
in Kongu region, ADMK is very strong, but they're going to lose
Hmm.
because TVK is playing a spoiler game.
Yes.
The same theory should apply in Chennai zone also, no?
Hmm.
The DMK might lose some seats, right?
Yes. But so what is the difference between Kongu Mandalam and Chennai? In Kongu Mandalam, DMK is also equally strong. I mean, we won't say that DMK is weaker. Right? For instance, DMK lost some many seats by 1,000 votes, 1,500 votes.
Difference are there.
But in Chennai, the victory margin of DMK is huge. That means ADMK was struggling to make an impact. There are many reasons why ADMK was not able to make an impact. That being the case, so Chennai and Kongu Mandalam is not comparable. Like where DMK and ADMK where ADMK was equally competing with ADMK in Kongu Mandalam. But in Chennai, ADMK was not competing equally on par with the DMK.
Okay.
So because of that, we are able to see the space for TVK in Chennai.
Two region, I think we should discuss. One is about South. South, usually BJP has some packets they have edge. And Delta, obviously, everybody knows from previous elections, it's DMK's fort. So, how Vijay play a role in both the Delta and South?
For instance, there are the constituency which we studied in South Tamil Nadu and Delta. The phenomena what we are seeing in Northern Tamil Nadu and Chennai, the same thing we are able to say in the other regions of Tamil Nadu as well. So that means DMK is comfortable, they are able to retain their vote share or marginal decline for DMK. Because of division of votes between ADMK and TVK, the number of the winning prospects of DMK has increased compared to ADMK and TVK. So similar trend. I mean, like again, the caste factors plays a role, but then TVK is able to influence the Mukkuluthur and Mutturayar in the Delta region and South Tamil Nadu. So that means across Tamil Nadu, we are able to see impact of TVK and how it hurts the interest of ADMK, and how that plays positively for DMK. So similar trend.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.